Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment.
That ball is hit hard, down the left field line. Bauers on the run, and he makes the play!
Today is April 29th, and it's Game 3 of a 4-game set between the Yankees and the Rangers. Jake Bauers was the story, slamming into the wall in his debut before he could get an at-bat. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
If you follow this podcast, by now you've heard of Game Time. It's the fastest growing ticket app in the world for a reason. What Game Time is an app that allows you to buy last-minute tickets to local events at the lowest rate possible. So let's say the Yankees have an off night and you decide, hey, I want to go catch a comedy show. I want to go see a band play. I want to go see a hockey game. You just hop on the Game Time app and you can get a really good deal very quickly and save a lot of money. Use the code NYY Recaps to save even more money because you'll get $20 off your first purchase. I recently used it. I try not to have ads for anything that I don't endorse personally, and I gotta say, it's a great experience. It's very simple to use. Use the code NYY Recaps on the Game Time app and get the lowest price on last-minute tickets guaranteed. Good evening. Well, the road trip that's all about ex-Yankees getting their revenge continued tonight. Nathan Eovaldi and Ezekiel Duran have felled the Yankees once again. Welcome back, everybody. In case you missed it, Franchi has been sent upstate to live on a ranchy where I'm sure he'll have lots more room to run and play, but I doubt we'll be seeing him again. We'll have definitive news on Aaron Judge by Monday. Fingers crossed. He's got a hip strain. I'm thinking they're probably going to put him on the IL because you don't want to trust him completely to say, I'm ready, I'm going to come back, and have him get hurt, because then you lose all this time that he's been healing. If you just let him take an extra week, well, then you can retroactively put it to when he went out. So my guess is that's what the Yankees are going to do, but if he takes some batting practice and feels great and hits, a few 500-foot home runs, it's going to be hard to say, no, you can't play tonight. Tonight, we got Jake Bauers in left field. And in case you missed the game, he's a 27-year-old. He's bounced around a little bit as a professional. He's got a very good left-handed swing these days, which he sort of rebuilt over the winter and the spring. And he's been having great results at AAA. He was leading AAA in OPS. I think he had 9 home runs. In the top of the first inning, playing left field, and I should mention, he's a first baseman by trade, playing left field. The Yankees play guys out of position all the time, but, he's played some outfield in the minor leagues. He's playing left field, and there's a fly ball down the left field line. He goes to get it in the corner, running full speed. He slides and crashes right into the wall. And he made an unbelievable catch to end the inning, but that was it for him on the night. He was on the ground for about 2 or 3 minutes. I was getting Dustin Fowler flashbacks. If you don't remember Dustin Fowler, they showed a clip from this on the game, and you can find it on YouTube. He made his major league debut in 2017, and in the first inning, he was running full speed, and he ran into like this electrical box pipe thing that was on the right field foul wall in Chicago, and it obliterated his patellar tendon. And his season was over before it even really began, before he ever got an at-bat. He got traded, ended up in Oakland, made his debut, got his first hit at Yankee Stadium, but his career was short-lived. He's been out of baseball since 2021. Wonder what he's up to. But anyway, it almost feels supernatural at this point, the Yankees' injury problem. It's like a twisted game of bingo. Whose number is going to be called tonight? Tonight it was 61. Jake Bauers, wearing number 61, playing left field where the record of 61 was broken 61 years after it was established. I'm blaming this one on Roger Maris. I'm sorry. It's almost like the Mandela effect. Do you guys know what that is? It's this theory that, we might be slipping into alternate universes. So it's named after Nelson Mandela. And it's this thing where a lot of people remember something happening one way, but it actually happened a different way. And a lot of people remembered Nelson Mandela dying in jail back in the 80s. Spoiler alert, he didn't. He got out, he became president of his country, and he lived until 2013. So when a lot of people share the same wrong memory, it's called the Mandela effect. And some people think that it's just our brains playing a trick on us, but some people think that we're actually changing dimensions or going through different universes, alternate universes here or there. Somebody said that when they flipped on the Large Hadron Collider a few years back, I think it was 2017 or 18, something like that, it might have destroyed our entire planet. We all got shifted into a parallel universe. If that happened, whatever universe we landed in absolutely hates the Yankees. In this dimension, the Yankees cannot stay healthy. We can't have anything nice. Even our best new color commentator, Jeff Nelson, was out of commission tonight. It's amazing. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. I mean, and whatever universe we're in seems to want to mandate that the Yankees play Aaron Hicks in left field as you look at his catch tonight. It's useless trying to fight it. Resistance is futile. Aaron Hicks is going to be our left fielder. In fact, he's the only guy who hit the ball hard tonight, really. Whatever tries to get in the way of that happening gets destroyed. It's like trying to escape a black hole. Every atom in your being gets spaghettified and you get sucked into this eternal darkness. Welcome to NYY Recaps, where we've devolved into, let's call it an existential crisis. Myron Villar says, I understand we are not at full strength. However, it's laughable that this team has a near $300 million payroll. Unacceptable. And I agree with you. So, Jake Bauers came out of the game, didn't get to take an at-bat. Johnny Brito was on the mound. I actually thought this was his best start in a while. He got into some trouble in the bottom of the third. Second and third, nobody out. But Volpe made a great play to nail a runner at home. And then Aaron Hicks and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa almost collided in left field, but Hicks reeled it in. Obviously a miscommunication. That's the center fielder's ball. If Isaiah Kiner-Falefa was calling for it, Hicks needs to get behind him, get out of the way, and try and back him up. If he can't, he needs to peel off. If he wasn't calling for it and Hicks was calling for it, then Isaiah needs to peel off and back up. That's how that's supposed to work. But Hicks jumped. They actually high-fived their gloves in the sky. This is such a weird universe. But Hicks reeled it in. Bottom five, another former Yankee put up the only runs of the game. Ezekiel Duran hit a home run. He's their shortstop. He was part of the Joey Gallo trade, along with Josh Smith and a few others. He is hitting, what is he hitting now? .310 with an .810 OPS. Playing shortstop. He's 23 years old. Not too bad. Brito was done after 5 innings. Final line, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Only 59 pitches. Am I reading that right? 59 pitches, 43 strikes. That seems like a quick hook to me. I mean, I guess you want to get him out of there while he's still pitching well and, preserve a solid outing in his mind, but that's a quick hook. I did think this was the best that we've seen him since his debut. Definitely making forward progress. I say his, prospects as a starting pitcher are better than Clark Schmidt for sure. But anyway, Yankees had no chance. They get shut out again. Nathan Eovaldi was absolutely dominating. Got to give him credit. First career shutout, 9-inning shutout. He had a 5-inning shutout. But nice job. Yankees lose. Nicholas says, when you only have Aaron Hicks squaring up the ball, you know you're in trouble. And then Yankee Judge says, why does every ex-Yankee destroy us? It seems to be happening on a daily basis now. Squint Eastwood says, can we stop getting destroyed by our former players? Thank you. Thank you very much. Amazing Baseball Play says, this loss pushed me over the edge. Remember, it's only baseball. I mean, you still got the rest of your Saturday night to do something. Go have fun. You're not going to win every time. Obviously, we expect better for a $300 million payroll, but it is what it is. I got a comment the other day that said, I say it is what it is too often. And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. As a filler phrase, sometimes as a podcaster, you can start leaning into stuff. So I've been trying to say that less. So guys, keep me on my toes about that. Ariadna, great takes, always says, this game just proved to me that the Yankees won't win without Judge. We gave up good players to keep Hicks and IKF. My goodness, we are trash.
Absolutely. Hey.
Grace Monroe says, hopefully Bowers will be okay. He looked okay walking off. So we got some news that he has a contusion of his left leg. Maybe it's his right leg. Contusion, but X-rays were negative, so nothing's broken. Now, he's still going to get an MRI, and there still might be something else. You can have cartilage that's messed up. You can have tendons that tear or whatever. That's not going to be visible to an X-ray, but would be visible on an MRI. So, fingers crossed that he's feeling better. Frankie says, I'd rather hear Derek talk about alternate dimensions than watch this Yankee offense.
Alrighty then.
So, anyway, you guys seem pretty depressed, and I don't blame you. I was talking to Pete from NYY News, and I see him in the chat. I was talking to him about how on tough nights like this, you have to try and put on a happy face. You have to try and be entertaining. At the end of the day, doing podcasting is, it's essentially entertainment. You got to try and get people into a mood to listen and engage and all that stuff. And on nights like tonight, where the Yankees just completely fail in every way, it's difficult. That's the hardest part of my job. When there's a busy game, even if the Yankees lose, if there's a lot of stuff happening, it's easy to recap and create stories and create fun thoughts. But when they get shut out, I have to slip into the alternate realities. That's just how it goes. It is what it is, as I like to say. John Bloom says, tough to watch. Baba Ganoushk says he disagrees about the Judge stats. If he isn't hitting in leverage situations, then he's contributing to the problem. He deserves leeway, though, for 2022. Judge has had some clutch moments in his career. He gets a lot of, I guess, the fan fire for having some tough postseasons. But he's also had some good postseasons. At least some big hits. I know he's hit some home runs in wild card games. The Twins come to mind. The Oakland A's come to mind. I know he played pretty well against the Red Sox in the 2018 ALDS. Even though we lost, I think Judge had a pretty good series. 2019, I believe he was playing hurt. 2020, I don't think he had a good series. I do think he hit a solo home run late in that series. Maybe he had 2 home runs in the series, but did not have a great series against the Rays. 2021, what did we even do in 21? I don't think he did much in 21 or 22. They're a blur. The Yankees get beat by the Astros so often that I can't remember what year is what year, but they got swept last year, and he definitely didn't do much at all. Sam G says, Martin Perez tomorrow, Yankees might get shut out again. It's definitely a possibility. Look, you just got to keep going out there every day. Baseball's going to happen. The day is going to turn to, the calendar's going to turn to a new day. You've got to find a way to get it done. There's been some talk in the comments about getting Jared Kelenic, and Brett Deutsch has a great point. Says Seattle isn't trading anyone. They're trying to win. It's very clear. All right, let's take a look at this ugly box score tonight. So as you can see, the Yankees got 3 lone hits. Rizzo with a base hit. Calhoun, that was an infield hit, I believe. And Kiner Falefa with a hit. Other than that, goose eggs. Really bad. 8 strikeouts for Eovaldi. And he's not really a strikeout pitcher. He throws ground balls. Our pitching has been pretty good. Marinaccio, scoreless inning with a couple of strikeouts. Hamilton, he gave up a hit. I think that was the first hit that a Yankees reliever had allowed in over 30 batters, which is pretty impressive. It's more than a no-hitter. But, yeah, he's got great stuff. 1.72 ERA so far. You know, that's one of the things. Cashman catches a lot of slack, or not slack. What's the word? The opposite of slack. Flack. Because most of his moves don't pan out. But one thing he is pretty good at is finding relief pitchers. You know, he's pretty good at finding relievers that come from out of nowhere. Nobody was expecting, Marinaccio or Peralta to become what they've become, vital parts of the bullpen. Even Loaizaga, even though he's hurt right now, he's a guy who's become a vital part of that bullpen. But unfortunately, whatever the hitting philosophy is within this organization does not work. Junior Caroma says, Jesus, we cannot hit at all, shaking his head. And then Mike to AC Merch says, just have to take a breath and wait to get healthy. Landon says, when are we ever going to catch a break? And Edwin Edgy says, it's hard to win if we can't score any runs. THG says, this box score is like looking at a war crime. I wouldn't go that far. There are actual war crimes, and they're rough. Brett says, did we really expect anything different, though? This is the same lineup that played 500 for half of last season, and we added nobody. You're not wrong. Ariadna says, if no one's hitting 300, then it's clear we have a problem. Rizzo's pretty close, 293, and Judge was slumping, but, he hit 311 last year, so you think he's probably a 300 hitter if he's healthy. I'm surprised LeMahieu is only hitting 256. Cabrera, I feel like we need Cabrera to start hitting soon. He's only hitting 207. I've never been in that camp that said that batting average doesn't matter. I think batting average absolutely does matter. It's a data point, like any other data point. Does it mean everything? No, it doesn't mean everything. But neither does WAR, neither does, OPS, neither does defensive run saved. They're all pieces of a larger puzzle. You can argue that WAR is the most important stat, and that it's meant to encapsulate everything, but it doesn't. It doesn't capture intangibles. So, hey, Louis Penn with the dono once again. Appreciate that, Louis. Louis. Says, bracing for Monday's announcement, waiting for Stanton, Bader, Rodon, and Severino. Just keep sending the kids out. Keep grinding. Let's go, Yankees. Hang in there, Derek. Appreciate that, man.
Since when did you get so smart?
I love it. NYY Recaps. Hey, I like that. Hey, that deserves this. This guy's username is NYY Recaps fan. I love it. Says, DJ striking out too much. I did notice that. He's striking out more than usual. Mike Bragg says, designated Spitters as GM and manager. I don't know who you want to be the GM. I feel like Pete would be a better, in-game motivator. Because he would straight up call people out. And it would be fun to watch Pete get ejected. I'm more the creature that sits in the box looking at data and shaking my head and, looking grumpy in the owner's box, that type of thing. I feel like that would be my role. Miguel Peralta says, this is embarrassing. And then Rayrard says, amazing the guy we traded for Gallo is hitting better than all of our kids. You're not wrong.
What a load of bullshit.
And Jonathan says, any updates on Bowers? Yeah, we just talked about it. He's got a contusion. He's going to go visit the Carl Pavano MRI tube, and hopefully he'll be okay, but we'll find out probably more tomorrow. And Skins28 says, high average means you get on base. I don't know when that became an issue. So the issue was, if you watch Moneyball, that there's this great line where essentially Billy Bean's character, played by Brad Pitt, says, he gets on base. Do I care if it's a hit or a walk? No, I don't, essentially. And I disagree with that fundamentally. A hit is different than a walk from a pitcher's perspective. If a pitcher walks a batter, and I said this many, many times on this channel, if a pitcher walks a batter, the pitcher blames themselves and feels like, okay, I can come back and get the next guy if I make my pitches. If the pitcher gives up a hit, it's a blow to the confidence. It's momentum. And they say hitting is contagious. You know? You see what one guy's had success with, and then you go after that. Or you take that area of the plate away. It's important to get on base in ways other than just walking. You have to get hits. And tonight, the Yankees got 3 of them.
Game over, man. Game over.
I gotta get out of here.
Quig says, replace Boone with Gardy. I like that. Frankie says he gets on base. I like it. And also a reminder, once again from Frankie.
Since when did you get so smart?
Says, a reminder, Billy Beane didn't win jack shit. All right, guys. I'll see you after tomorrow's game. That does it for me. Hopefully the Yankees can finish off the road trip with a win, but, got to do better than they did today.
Hey, everybody. If you've made it this far, we thank you. If you'd like to support NYY Recaps, please like and subscribe or pay a visit to our Shopify store for some great Yankees merch. Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. But if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, just visit NYYRecaps.shop. If you really want to support NYY Recaps and help keep the show going year after year, join up as a member. It's $5. And members get their names up in lights during each post-game show. We're also on all podcast platforms, Instagram, and Twitch this year. So give us a follow if you use any of those platforms. We're expanding, and we have you to thank for making this such a great community. We'll see you next time.
It is your destiny.
Case closed.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.